Chapter 42, The Big Four Ranking. This chapter is updated by Novels.pl. My ninth prince, please follow me. The manager is waiting for you in the bank. The ninth steward led the way in the front and accompanied Zhang Yuochen to the Marshall Market Bank. The ninth commandery princess and Shan Xiangling stayed outside the bank. Neither of them was entitled to meet the manager of the Marshall Market Bank. After Zhang Yuochen and the ninth steward left, Liu Chengfeng frowned and thought, what a bastard. I can't believe my father wants to see him. What virtues does he exactly have? Then, he cut out the cold-blooded face and looked over to Shan Xiangling and the ninth commandery princess. He displayed a heroic smile and waved at Shan Xiangling. Miss Shan, I've heard about you a long time ago. I wonder if I have a chance to sightsee the Yanwu city with you? In his point of view, the daughter of Master of the Red Cloud sect would not turn down the son of the Marshall Market Bank's manager. Once he got to spend time with her alone, he had a great chance to take her down. Liu Quanshan was considered as a legendary person in Yanwu Commandery. He had control over all the armed force and financial resources of the Marshall Market Bank in Yanwu Commandery, and he was classified as one of the top 10 in Yanwu Commandery. Except for people like the Commandery Prince Yanwu, it would be as difficult as to climb up to the sky for other ordinary warriors to meet him. When Zhang Yuochen first saw Liu Quanshan, he was able to feel that his martial cultivation was unfathomable. He had displayed a powerful strength from head to toes. If an ordinary warrior stood in front of Liu Quanshan, he would have been trembled and fear to look into his eyes. Zhang Yuochen, however, was not an ordinary warrior. He said pleasantly, I've heard of your name years ago, my manager. You're certainly a legend. The ninth prince is such a rarity. I've also heard of how talented you are. Liu Quanshan stood at the inner part of the living room, intentionally exposed his powerful thrust so as to suppress Zhang Yuochen. He had watched every single move of Zhang Yuochen after he walked into the living room. He praised Zhang Yuochen to himself as Zhang Yuochen had demonstrated a calm and humble attitude. He wondered how nice it would be if Liu Chengfeng, his son, could behave like Zhang Yuochen. Zhang Yuochen sat opposite to Liu Quanshan and said, Mr. Liu, I'll simply go straight to the point. The reason why I'm here at the Marshall Market Bank is, to do a business with you, the manager of the bank. I believe my manager won't disappoint after taking a look at my product. At the same time, Zhang Yuochen took off the spatial ring, placed it on the table and passed it to Liu Quanshan. Just a jade thumb ring? Liu Quanshan looked at that jade thumb ring and frowned his eyebrows in confusion. Zhang Yuochen said, please, my manager, try to transfer your genuine qi into the ring. Liu Quanshan immediately transferred his genuine qi into the jade thumb ring as Zhang Yuochen said. He activated 6 inscription of space on the jade thumb ring. A layer of white halo eventually floated out on the ring. Liu Quanshan put his hand out to the jade thumb ring. His hand disappeared all of a sudden as if it had been swallowed by the jade thumb ring. There was a light of splendid in Liu Quanshan's eyes. He looked at the ring and said with excitement, there is a space inside the thumb ring. I wonder where does my majesty get such a space treasure? Zhang Yuochen answered, well, I'm not available to disclose its details. Liu Quanshan recovered his genuine qi and calmed his excitement. He said, there are less than 10 pieces of space treasures among the entire Kunlun's field. Each of them is incredibly precious. Yet, the class of your space treasure seems to be quite low, my ninth prince. Its space is narrow. I guess it can barely classify as a third-class genuine martial arm. Zhang Yuochen asked, if I sell the space treasure to my manager, what will the price be? Liu Quanshan was indeed very interested in such a space treasure. Yet, he acted exceptionally calm in order to keep up his power over Zhang Yuochen. He said, a normal third-class genuine martial arm usually costs between 3,000 to 10,000 silver coins. Since it's a space treasure, the price will surely be higher. It is worth 10,000 silver coins. 200,000 silver coins. Without hesitation, Zhang Yuochen set the price at 20 times more than the original price straight away. Liu Quanshan smiled while he shook his head, my ninth prince, you're not doing a business but robbing me. Let me tell you, this is not how you do business. If the space of the ring is 10 times larger, I'll be happy to pay 200,000 silver coins for it. To be honest, the internal space of this treasure is indeed too small. How about this? I'll buy your spatial ring under my name with 20,000 silver coins. What do you think? 150,000. Zhang Yuochen made another offer, 30,000. Liu Quanshan kept bargaining. 120,000 silver coins, 40,000. After all the bargaining, Zhang Yuochen made the final deal, 100,000. This is my bottom line. Deal, 100,000 silver coins. Liu Quanshan laughed out loud and put on the spatial ring placed on the table. He took a detailed look at the ring and grinned. My ninth prince, do you prefer transferring the 100,000 coins to your 3-star VIP card under the Marshall Market Bank or convert it to the spiritual crystal? Zhang Yuochen was scolding such a cunning fox in his heart and said grumpily, just put it into my 3-star VIP card. After selling the spatial ring, Zhang Yuochen was still in need of 100,000 silver coins in order to buy the weapon refining stove. He would have to think another way to collect the rest of the coins. Liu Quanshan handed over Zhang Yuochen's 3-star VIP card after transferring the coins to his account. Zhang Yuochen wondered, since I'm here at the Marshall Market Bank, I should also pay a visit the Colosseum of the Marshall Market. I guess I should be able to make the rest of the 100,000 silver coins in the Colosseum of the Marshall Market. The Colosseum of the Marshall Market was a drill ground operated by the Marshall Market Bank with a long history. It represented the martial arts spirits of warriors and was a good place for getting famous. Once warriors who were confident in their cultivation, most of them would fight in Colosseum of the Marshall Market so as to prove their abilities. Any warriors who obtained a 10-winning streak in the Colosseum of the Marshall Market, a massive amount of silver coins would be rewarded. Moreover, they could also earn a place on the ranking operated by the Marshall Market Bank. Once warriors who got onto the ranking, they would get fame in the entire commandery. Nonetheless, if the fighting force of the warriors were powerful enough as well as high enough in their ranking in the Colosseum of the Marshall Market, they would also be well known in other commanderies. Marshall Market Bank had set up 4 boards, the Yellow Board, the Profound Board, the Earth Board, and the Heaven Board. Marshall Market Bank was located all over the commandery with a flourished intelligence system. Not only they would analyze the performance of the warriors in the fighting ground, but also collected all information of the warriors from the system. It, therefore, would conclude the final ranking of the warriors after organizing the information. As a result, the accuracy of the 4 boards under the Marshall Market Bank was particularly high. In order to become one of the fighters on the ranking, warriors had to participate in the fights in the Colosseum of the Marshall Market. Otherwise, the Marshall Market Bank would not be able to calculate all the details of countless warriors in such a big commandery. On the Yellow Stage Colosseum, warriors would be eligible to rank in the Yellow Board. The more winning streak warriors obtained, the higher ranking they achieved in the Yellow Board. Same rules applied to the rest of the boards. Warriors would be entitled on the Profound Board if they obtained a 10-winning streak in the Profound Stage Colosseum. Entering the Earth Board by getting a 10-winning streak in Earth Stage Colosseum. Nevertheless, warriors could go into the Heaven Board by obtaining a 10-winning streak in the Heaven Stage Colosseum. Due to the fact that there were only a few warriors of the Earth Realm and the Heaven Realm, therefore, neither the Earth Stage nor the Heaven Stage Colosseum had been constructed in the Yunwu Commandery. With Zhang Yuochen's cultivation at the moment, he could only be eligible to join the fight in the Yellow Stage Colosseum. Once he obtained a 10-winning streak in this Colosseum, he would be awarded the 100,000 silver coins that he needed. On top of it, he would also become one of the members on the Yellow Board. There were only 27 warriors of the Yellow Board in the entire Yunwu Commandery. Hence, every one of them was incredible and dominated the Yellow Realm. Indeed, the mobility of warriors of the Yellow Board was high. It was because the warriors of the Yellow Board themselves had reached the peak of the completion. They would break through to the Black Realm anytime. Once they had broken through it, they would no longer classify as warriors of the Yellow Board. It was seen as a circulation. The older warriors would be replaced by a younger group of warriors of the Yellow Board when they left. In conclusion, the number of the warriors of the Yellow Board in the Yunwu Commandery retained between 20-30. In the Yunwu Commandery, They held their separated ranking of the warriors of the Yellow Board, which warriors from other commanderies would not be counted. In other words, the ranking of the warriors of the Yellow Board would be from 127 in the entire Yunwu commandery. Liu Chengfeng was one of the warriors of the Yellow Board. The best result he had achieved was a 13-winning streak in the Colosseum of the Martial Market, ranking 11 on the Yellow Board. Among the younger generation, he was classified as one of the most powerful warriors in the Yunwu city. The 10 warriors ranked in front of him were all the elder warriors who had been practicing martial arts for more than 10 years. Those elder warriors who were unable to break through the Black Realm, they would rather practice martial techniques so as to enrich their fighting experience. With such astonished techniques, the younger warriors were not strong enough to be their opponents. Zhang Yuochen told Liu Quanshan his idea about fighting in the Colosseum. The 9th Prince is going to join the fights in the Yellow Stage Colosseum. With my 9th Prince's cultivation at the moment, I'm afraid it may not be a wise idea. When you reach the completion of the Yellow Realm after 3 to 5 years of cultivation, you'll become a strong warrior of the Yellow Board undoubtedly, Liu Quanshan said. Liu Quanshan didn't even know what Zhang Yuochen's level was. He only noticed that Zhang Yuochen's cultivation had reached the dawn state of the Yellow Realm not long ago in the year-end assessment. In his eyes, perhaps he had broken through his current cultivation and reached the medium state of the Yellow Realm. He still was not capable of being a warrior of the Yellow Board. It would be fabulous for him to obtain a 3-winning streak in the Colosseum of the Martial Market. Whether or not I become a warrior of the Yellow Board, we'll see after the fights, Zhang Yuochen exclaimed with confidence. Since the 9th Prince is full of confidence, your servant wish you good luck. Well, I need to tour Colosseum of the Martial Market today. Let's go together. Liu Quanshan stood up and left the bank with Zhang Yuochen. Just before the second when they walked out the front door of the Martial Market Bank, there was a great noise crackling. I wholeheartedly want to invite you to go sightseeing in Yunwu City. How dare you to refuse my invitation? You're such a dishonor. Everybody, haul this offensive woman, clean her and send her to my room, Liu Chengfeng demanded with anger. Liu Chengfeng was extremely pissed off by Shan Xiangling, who turned him down. He felt like she had totally embarrassed him in public, and therefore, he decided to use a tough method that Shan Xiangling couldn't even have a chance to refuse. The 2 royal guards ran towards Shan Xiangling instantly. People surrounded by the bank got used to the fact that Liu Chenjing would use all kinds of method to get the woman he wanted. Didn't matter if she was the daughter of a master. The Red Cloud sect, however, did not dare to offend the Martial Market Bank. After having fun with Shan Xiangling, the royal guards might have a chance to spend some time with her too. Shan Xiangling changed her countenance and said, Liu Chengfeng, you're also one of the warriors of the Yellow Board and the son of the Martial Market Bank manager. I can't believe you have such a shameful morality. Liu Chengfeng chuckled and said, whether my morality is good or bad, you'll have to discover it tonight. I suggest you not to confront. You clearly know what the consequences are if you offend the Martial Market Bank. Otherwise, you or even the entire Red Cloud sect will disappear in a night. Shan Xiangling was extremely irritated and bit her lips. Yet, she did not dare to outrage the Martial Market Bank as its capability was too powerful that it could vanish the Red Cloud sect with just a word. While Liu Chengfeng was laughing joyfully about capturing Shan Xiangling, Zhang Yuochen and Liu Quanshan walked out from the front door of the Martial Market Bank.